what we're seeing now is these digital nomads, just in America, are 17 million young people that fly south during the winter. And if you throw in Canada, the number's now pushing close to 20 million people, young people, are flying to Medellin and Colombia, wherever there's good digital hookup.
Hi, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Frank Holmes. He is the CEO of US Global Investors. And Frank, good to see you again. How are you today?
Outstanding.
Good, good, good. Well, I know the company's put out some news. In essence, it was the 2020 performance of your three ETFs. So strong numbers on a number of them, Frank. You're happy with what you saw in 2024?
Yes, you know what? No, they always like to say that past performance is no assurance for future performance, which is a wise disclaimer. But before we go and launch a product in these ETFs, the application of Smart Beta 2.0 is rigorous, vigorous back testing for thousands of hours. The newest one we launched was 18 months of research and before you come up with a thematic product. And Jets has outperformed the New York Stock Exchange Global Airline ETF by 40% since we launched it. They have no fees, we have fees. So that idea of Smart Beta 2.0 does work, and we're happy about that.
Yeah, you've talked in the past about Jet specifically and just how you see this industry going, and there's no doubt that what you saw in 2024 will equal its way into 2025. Correct? There's still lots of movement in that industry.
Yeah, so it's finally waking up. A lot of people dismissed it was nothing but negative narrative, and United Airlines was up 130%.
Mhm.
What we're seeing now is these digital nomads, just in America, are 17 million young people that fly south during the winter. And if you throw in Canada, the number's now pushing close to 20 million people, young people, are flying to Medellin and Colombia, wherever there's good digital hookup, and they're doing their coding and their consulting. They live in apartments a lot cheaper than it is to live in Canada. It's warmer weather. And this migration is tipped. So the number now all around the world of digital nomads is pushing 50 million travelers.
Yeah. I want to talk to you a bit about what you talked about earlier. Now, you launched another ETF War on December the 30th, and you've spent, as you mentioned, thousands of hours back testing the model just to get everything correct. So, talk to me a bit about the performance of the industry and why you think that this will reflect in the effectiveness of this methodology.
So, Steve, in the back testing process, and when you come to this final product, it's like a pharma company before it's supposed to release a drug into the marketplace, how resilient it is. And the idea is going back more than 10 years for up cycles and down cycles in a theme. The theme that war is about is that you have to have strong defense. And we're dealing with a global phenomena called, which we've characterized as the Great Red Cold War. That is China and Russia and their predatory practices. And we're seeing this in Canada, that all of a sudden China says they're near the Arctic. They created three ice breakers to basically go up and start saying they own a piece of the Arctic. Russia has 20 air bases with missiles pointed at America coming all across the border of the Soviet. So this is something, a dynamic that's important to recognize. So we backtest these things to look at up and down cycles. So America's going through this huge theme of using AI to rebuild every sector of the military. They sent over billions of dollars of old equipment to Ukraine, but they're retooling in America. And we believe that that is going to continue to be a very serious theme. And we've seen this now with President Trump coming and talking about Greenland and Canada and the Panama Canal. So it's going to continue to see this big spend.
Yeah, Frank, I would imagine that that your methodology and the work that you do on the ETFs always has a rebalancing, a recalibration. You keep up to date with what's going on. It's trying ahead of the market trends. Can you talk about how that process happens, and is that something that you employ for all ETFs?
Yes, and what it means, Steve, is you get what they call false positives. If you go and only say, buy me the lowest PE stocks that are the best performers for 10 years, well, it's only those stocks that survived. So it's really not a portfolio to go forward with. So what you have to do when you create a Smart Beta 2.0, you need at least 40 quarters, which is 10 years of data. And it's like a slice each quarter, and you rebalance that quarter. There's mergers, takeovers, bankruptcies all through that decade. And then you add up all those numbers and you say, this is a good model that statistically will outperform the S&P 70% of the time it has done in the past over rolling 12-month periods. So now I feel confident to go out and talk about this theme and this product because it recalibrates and catches the quarterly changes in financials.
Well, exciting times in 2024. We'll see what happens in 2025, Frank. Thanks so much. Great to see you again.
And happy investing.
Frank Holmes, the CEO of US Global Investors.